Hi, I'm Mary Jane Cops, the phone lady, and this is the second video in a series of videos on story finding. Story finding is our ability to uncover, listen to, empathize with what's really happening in the life of our prospect, our customer, our client. Our job is to find that story, because it's in knowing that story that we can create really deep, long lasting relationships built on trust and solid, clear communication. It allows us to take more prospects from prospect to customer, but it also helps us retain customers and clients when we become a story finder. So how do we do that? How do we accomplish finding out what's really going on in the lives, in the world of our prospects and our clients? Well, the first step is to ignite our curiosity. We need to be really interested in, genuinely interested in this individual that we're speaking with. Again, whether it's an existing customer or it's a prospect. And what's great about curiosity is that it also helps us dissolve assumptions. And we are going to talk more about assumptions in an upcoming video and blog series. So, what are some examples of how curiosity can help you have a better relationship with an existing customer, or close a sale? What does that look like? Well, I have a few stories to share with you today. One relates to a client of mine. It's a large corporation, and various managers approach me to work with them right across the country. So when I get a call from this corporation, I am usually dealing with somebody in a senior position who has the ability to know their budget, to hire me to do training, and so on. That's it. It's an 8-year relationship, so this is normally how it works. So one individual from that corporation called me relatively recently, and we had some great conversations. I prepared a proposal, sent it off. There was a follow-up conversation that was quite detailed on the proposal, which was a little bit unusual. And again, unusual because of this 8-year relationship. And it was in that conversation where, because of where the conversation was going, they shared with me that this was their first time organizing training. That was a piece of information I needed. That my curiosity, my ability to ask questions that revealed that piece of information was really important, because it was their first time organizing training. I needed to be more open to taking some extra steps with them to make them feel comfortable with the process and understand the process of how we were going to deliver great training on time to their team. So that's the backstory that we might not always discover. And I had made some assumptions there about this person, and the fact that probably they knew everything there was about me and about organizing training. And I was wrong in that assumption, right? Another story relates to a customer service call. So this is a personal story to me, which made me realize more about how important hearing the story is, because sometimes I think our customers and our clients share our story with them, but we may not be listening. So we had a big power outage here, and due to a car accident that took down a hydro pole. And when I went to um, work on my computer after they fixed all that, I could not connect with the internet on my desktop computer. So I got on the phone with my provider, and I don't know, no comment here, but the call went over an hour, and we still hadn't solved the problem. And they were passing me through to someone else, and I was looking at the clock, knowing that I had people arriving here. I have a relative that I looked after. I'm a caregiver, and I knew that they were coming home from being out with someone else for a few hours, and I needed to be available, period. It's not a flexible thing. So when the next person answered, I explained to them, I really don't have any more time, and I'm not sure why I've been passed through to you. And can we organize to have this call? Can I call you back? Whatever. And they didn't listen to me at all. They talked through me, all those things. So then I became impatient, agitated, not a very good person to be talking to. Now, I said it. I said, you're going to hear me sound annoyed and impatient, but I have to go. I have to hang up on this call because now I've heard the family member come home. I had to hang up on them. And I'm not feeling too good about that provider, but there is a story behind that they weren't willing to listen to or work with. And they could have done that. Another one, which is slightly different but valuable for all of us, is a call again from a large organization I do a lot of work with, but a new person within that organization. And as they're describing to me the kind of training they're looking for, I asked the question, how did you hear about me? And they shared the name of the individual and so on, but they added, you have an amazing reputation here. So if I hadn't asked that question, again, curiosity, I wouldn't be able to thank the person who made the referral, but also I wouldn't have heard that that lovely boost to my to the work that I do, to hear that at this large organization, I have an amazing reputation. That's great. So when it comes to curiosity, what you want to always be working with or paying attention to is the questions that you ask. If you are asking a lot of close-ended questions, yes or no answers, you're not going to uncover any of the rest of the story. And you want to know the rest of the story. Again, in customer service, often someone is extremely upset, but it has nothing to do with your organization or even your service. There may be something going on in the background that's making them more upset in this conversation that you're having with them. So you want to always have at your disposal great open-ended questions. And you can prepare these ahead of time. You can create them and practice them. Find the ones that work best for you to ask, to start learning, not about this project, not about this issue, but about this person and this organization and what's going on in their world, right? So you can ask somebody, what's your background, for example? which isn't necessarily about a particular project, but you start to hear things about them that allow you to communicate better with them. And years ago, in the first company I owned, I had a salesperson who was very, very good at their job. And I enjoyed working with them a lot. And one of the things that they did at the beginning of every call was they would say, I know a little bit about your company, or I know a little bit about your industry. Tell me more. And that is the universal question. In order to ignite your curiosity and learn more about their story, in order to find their story, that universal question of tell me more will open up valuable information for you to help you communicate effectively and efficiently with that individual. So it's within their story that your value takes root, that your value intersects with what they need, with what they want, with why they want to be your customer, with why they're going to work with you. It's within their story that that takes place. So the more of their story, I didn't say that very well, the more of their story that you uncover, the stronger that trust, the deeper the relationship will be. So ignite your curiosity when you are speaking to both prospects and existing clients. Thanks.